Eid Mubarak! We've talked about Eid Ghadeer before, proving with solid arguments that Imam Ali alayhi salam truly was the rightful successor of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Do share it with a Sunni brother or sister. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about the revolutionary direction of Eid Ghadeer. I mean, okay, so Imam Ali is the Mawla. Mawla means master. He's the first Imam, he's the rightful Caliph appointed by Allah on earth. But so what? I mean, practically speaking, how does that change anything for me as a Shia Muslim? For some people, Islam is just an individualistic religion which teaches its adherents to carry out certain rituals like Hajj and Zakat and Salah and Sawm, fasting, etc. But is Islam limited to just these ritual acts? This is halal, this is haram. This is the prayer time, this is iftar time. This is how to perform a marriage ceremony, this is how to perform a burial ceremony. Is that it? Well, all of those divine acts, rites and rituals had already been established. Yet it was only and only when the successorship of Imam Ali alayhi salam was announced on the day of Ghadeer that this part of the Holy Quran was revealed. اليوم أكملت لكم دينكم وأتممت عليكم نعمتي ورضيت لكم الإسلام دينا. This day have I perfected your religion for you, completed my favor upon you, and I have become satisfied with Islam as your religion. Meaning that even with all those divine rites and rituals, Islam was not perfect. Islam was not complete. Allah was not satisfied with Islam as our religion. It is only with the wilayah of Imam Ali alayhi salam that the religion is truly complete. So some Shias will get really happy about this. Yay, I've got the complete religion. Why? Because I believe Imam Ali alayhi salam is the first Imam. Done, complete, checkmark, top grades. But hold on, we have to be more careful than that. The Holy Quran warns us against this kind of attitude. فَتَقَطَّعُوا أَمْرَهُمْ بَيْنَهُمْ زُبُرًا كُلُّ حِزْبٍ بِمَا لَدَيْهِمْ فَرِحُونَ. But they divided their religion among themselves into portions, sects, each faction in what it has, rejoicing. You might think that you have something because you're Shia, yay! And it's good to be Shia, it's the right school of thought, that's why I follow it. But the point is, what if we're still just limiting our understanding of the religion to an individualistic set of rites and rituals? The only difference now being in how we perform those acts. I'm a Shia, I follow Imam Ali, so I shall keep my hands down during prayer. I follow Imam Ali, so I shall perform Tawafun Nisa in Hajj. I follow Imam Ali, so I shall pray Maghrib slightly later than Sunni Muslims. And that's all great, that's all correct, but again, this is all just the individualistic ritual part of Islam. The previous part of the verse says, الْيَوْمَ يَئِسَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا مِن دِينِكُمْ. This day, those who disbelieve, the kuffar, have despaired of defeating your religion. Ghadeer made the enemies of Islam despair. It made them give up hope. It made them say, I give up. We can't defeat Islam anymore. Now let me ask you a question. Does it make any difference to the kuffar, to the tyrants of the world, to the taghut, if one Muslim prays his Maghrib prayers at twilight and another Muslim waits a few extra minutes for night to fall before praying his Maghrib prayers? Does it make any difference to the enemies of Islam if a Muslim performs an extra tawaf or not? Does the Taghut look at this Muslim and think, that's fine, I can fight that? But then when he sees this, he goes, no way, I can't fight against that. It's too much to take. I despair. The point is that these apparently arbitrary variations in the ritualistic side of Islam make no difference to the enemies of Islam. They don't care. One Muslim wipes his feet in wudu, another Muslim washes his feet. The enemies don't care. So why, oh why, is Allah saying on the day of Ghadeer, this day have those who disbelieved despaired of defeating your religion? Why? How have they despaired? Imam Khamenei answers this pivotal question and explains that the reason Ghadeer caused the enemies of Islam to despair is because it established the issue of the leadership of the Islamic community. It is the issue of government and imamate in the Islamic community. It's about politics. More precisely, it's about the divine politics of the prophets and imams. Politics, i.e. the one who governs over you, influences and controls every facet of your life to a lesser or greater extent. It determines your economics, your healthcare, your spirituality, your education, the culture you and your family will be affected by, whether your country will invade another or whether it will be invaded. It affects your status as a citizen, what rights you possess as a human being. How funny that some Muslims try to focus on all these various issues, yet ignore the very crux of the problem, i.e. who's ruling over you. Truly observing Eid Ghadeer brings the attention right back here where it needs to be. What's the crux of the problem in today's world? The arrogant, non-divine, Taghuti world governments who have oppressed the masses globally. What does the Quran say? وَلَقَدْ بَعَثْنَا فِي كُلِّ أُمَّةٍ رَسُولًا أَنِ اعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ وَاجْتَنِبُوا الطَّاغُوتَ. And we certainly sent into every nation a messenger saying, worship Allah and reject the Taghut. How ironic that from day one, Islam told us to focus on the Taghut. And from day one, people have avoided focusing on precisely that. They say, let's not get too political. Don't talk about politics. Don't mix religion with politics. Not good for you. It's because of this mentality that the world is in such a mess. Some people take Eid Ghadeer as an opportunity to just chant the name of Imam Ali alayhi salam. Ali, 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 Ali. The dhikr of Ali is certainly the dhikr of Allah because Imam Ali alayhi salam was among the best of servants of Allah. But at the same time, Imam Khomeini said, preservation of this Eid is not for the sake of ornamentations, illuminations, or singing eulogies and poetries. These things are good, but they are not the real objective. Its objective is to remind us how to adhere or who to follow, so that we could be reminded that Ghadeer wasn't just confined to that specific point in time. Ghadeer should be manifested in everything, and the methodology of governance which Imam Ali alayhi salam had adopted must become the practice of every nation and its rulers. The issue of Ghadeer is the issue of forming an Islamic government. Ghadeer is not just about one individual named Ali. Imam Khamenei says the significance of Ghadeer is not confined to the appointment of the commander of the faithful alayhi salam. Of course, this appointment is important, but what is more important is that the rule and the regulation was specified. It became clear that in the Islamic community, the monarchic government is meaningless. It became clear that individual and aristocratic government, the government of gold and power, the government of showing arrogance to people, the government of bullying, greed, and accumulation of wealth for oneself, and the government of lustfulness are meaningless. So in the world, even today, there are monarchies, so-called liberal democracies, communist, capitalist systems of governance, etc. But Islam rejects all of these. Ghadeer shows us that the true legitimate system of governance is wilaya. Ghadeer brings about Tawheed in the true sense. La ilaha illallah. There is no God except Allah. We forget that this divine slogan applies in the political arena as well. We're essentially saying there is no legitimate government except that which is approved by Allah. Ghadeer gives Muslims the ideological will and power to point the finger at even the most tyrannical of governments in today's world and say, who gave you the right to rule? In today's age of ghaiba, our aims and objectives as Shia should be clear. Yes, we can never possibly establish the perfect government, but that doesn't mean we don't try. If you can't pray salah standing up, does that mean you just give up and don't pray salah at all? No, it means you should pray salah sitting down. And if you can't pray salah sitting down, then you should pray salah lying down. But you never give up on it. However much of Islam can be implemented, must be implemented. Ghadeer established the political system of Islam, and however much of it can be administered, must be administered. From the first Imam to the final Imam, the Ma'asum representatives of Allah have always been there. The issue was people's lack of preparedness to protect, serve, and help build the system of the Imam's holy governance on earth. Ghadeer is about working hard to bring about that positive change. There are institutions that need to be established, armies that need to be trained, economies that need to be given Islamic direction, and media that needs to flourish in order to usher in the era of the 12th Imam. Ajjalallahu ta'ala faraj al-sharif. Nations which are allies of wilaya must be strengthened and supported, and nations which are enemies to wilaya must be weakened and damaged as much as possible. Now, practically speaking, what does this mean for you? I mean, how can you revolutionize your Eid Ghadeer? Number one, recognize yourself that Ghadeer is the establishment of the divine political system of Islam, i.e. wilaya, and share this video with others so that they can understand this as well. Number two, don't limit Ghadeer to just reciting poetries and eulogies, which are all good, but also act to bring about the changes in society which Ali alayhi salam would have brought about. Number three, speak up against the Taghuti systems, non-divine governments, oppressive politicians, unjust rulers, and tyrannical powers of the world, because none of them have the God-given right to rule over you. And if you're afraid to announce this message to your fellow human beings, then just remember what Allah told the Holy Prophet on the day of Ghadeer when he was about to announce the wilayah of Imam Ali alayhi salam. Ya ayyuha rasul balligh ma unzila ilayka min rabbik wa in lam taf'al fama ballaghta risalata wallahu ya'simuka minan nas. O messenger, announce what has been revealed to you from your Lord, and if you do not do it, then you have not announced his message at all, and Allah will protect you from the people. Ghadeer proves that the concept of politics and Islamic governance is so central to the religion of Islam that if you don't announce it, all the other halal merrymaking, ceremonies and divine rituals amount to nothing. It's as if you haven't announced or been delivered the message at all. Ghadeer gives us the revolutionary attitude to look the Taghut in the face and tell him, game over.